and a warm welcome to the Power Platform User Group podcast, ppug.org. I'm your host. My name is Clavin, and I have a very special guest, Sunil Kumar, with me. Sunil, would you want to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, thank you so much, Clevin, for having me on the podcast and the show. Everyone, my name is Sunil Kumar, also known as Power Trainer. This is a self-proclaimed, as known as name which I have given to myself, just to push myself to the limits and to keep learning and to train at the same time other members of the community. Yeah, so
Perfect.
this quick short introduction.
Perfect. So you said that you are a power trainer, and that name itself suggests that you work a lot in Power Platform. I had a quick question. What are the primary focus areas when it comes to work, when it comes to training? Do you help architects or are you an architect, a developer, functional consultant, customer facing role, pre-sales, etc.? So what is your primary focus area when it comes to job as well as training?
Okay, so when it comes to my job role is divided into three major heads. One being the solution designer and the technical architect of Power Platform and any of the integration which needs to be done with the solution. That's my first and foremost role. Second role is around the Power Platform administration, governance, and licensing. And third role is of the team management, being a team lead. I help my team managing from the resource allocation perspective, from the training perspective on Power Platform and its new updates, which Microsoft's push every now and then.
Wonderful. And a little bit about your training bit, the power trainer role.
Yes, so when I talk about power trainer role, this role is sort of a self-proclaimed role. The only reason for having this is to keep pushing myself and learning on the new updates, learning the basics of Power Platform and spreading the word to the community, letting them understand the basic concepts, letting them explore the new things which are coming to the Power Platform or any of the integrations which needs to be done on the Power Platform solutioning. Apart from that, I do keep giving the trainings on the multiple boot camps or multiple events organized by multiple other user groups, just like this one. And I do train people on concepts like Copilot Studio, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages, the integration with SharePoint on the Power Pages front, or the licensing concept, along with that on the new AI features which are coming in, which definitely we are going to be talking about one of the key topic, which is AI prompts in our next session.
Wonderful. So do you run a blog or a YouTube channel? If so, can you just tell it out to our audience so that they can follow you?
Definitely, thank you so much. And in fact, I do run a YouTube channel, and I do all of my posts, be it smaller posts or the quizzes or the articles or blogs on LinkedIn primarily, and then any of the video content, uh, be it of the self-made videos or the event recorded videos, are published on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, you can search it with Sunil Kumar, Power Trainer. It will be easier to find there.
Wonderful. So Sunil Kumar, Power Trainer is what you want to search on YouTube. You will get content out there. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Also follow him. And you will get some good information out there. Now, Sunil, I know that you are an architect, right? But you never started as an architect. Nobody starts as an architect, right? We
Yeah.
start somewhere else and then we end up being an architect or even a higher
Yeah.
role. Tell me a little bit about your career journey, right? What were
Mhm.
the influence in your life
Mhm.
that that you said, okay, now I'm going to do information technology or now I'm going to go ahead and do power platform?
Yeah. That's actually a very interesting question. And like many of us who are working on Power Platform, there are majorly two routes via which any of the current developer or architect has been placed into the Power Platform solutioning or architecture. One is either via SharePoint route and another one is either by Microsoft Dynamics route. So I was a SharePoint developer to start with from my career. I used to work on on-premise SharePoint versions, then to online version, and slowly when we had the InfoPath forms moving out, at that time Microsoft introduced Power Apps and Power Automate in around 2017-2018, and from then I started picking this up, and I call myself as an early adopter to Power Platform as well. It's been more than 6 years now working on Power Platform as a developer, and then being a senior developer, and now being a solution architect and technical lead.
Wonderful. So what was the biggest challenge in your career with Power Platform?
Yeah, so I won't say it was a challenge. It is a challenge and it will be a challenge, which is licensing. Convincing the clients to be able to procure the license. And the simple reason behind that is because Microsoft has standard connectors widely available, which helps any of the proof of concepts to be created. But at times when the enterprise solutions needs to be created, many of the client does not are not aligned with the benefits of Dataverse or the premium connectors, which are going to be part of the solution, and hence which makes us as a consultant, the situation is bit odd.
So that's excellent. Let's come to another question. What would be your advice for others who is just out of college, who is searching for a career path?
Okay, so this is first-hand experience I had with a couple of my cousins who are completing their BCAs and the BTechs. They also have asked me the similar thing, and I have suggested them to understand or take one of the core language, has to understand the basic concepts first. It could be Python, it could be Java, or any of that, any sort of that language. Like .NET also is one of the one. Apart from that, I have always asked them to understand how the AI is growing, right? And it's not just consuming it as an end user, but to understand the concept as well. What is AI? What goes behind basically? Because unless we only use it as a consumer, it's just gonna be like the we give a prompt, we get the answer. It's like a very superficial sort of a relationship which we have with the AI in that particular case. But for them, I actually want them to understand what goes behind, how are things getting generated, what is RAG, how are we getting those things, right? Apart from this, LCNC is the next era. It's not gonna go, it's not gonna get faded very easily.
Okay,
It,
so I would like to interrupt. Can you
yeah,
explain LCNC because many
yeah,
people will not know about it?
yeah. So I was coming to that. LCNC stands for low code, no code. Now, when we say low code, no code, Microsoft Power Platform is one of the market leaders right now, but definitely there are other uh, leaders as well, like OutSystem, Nintex, Mendix. There are other leaders as well, and upcoming leaders as well. So I would ask them to have understanding of those as well. Getting onto Microsoft Power Platform is far more easier than any other of the low code no code platform. That is by far one of the greatest advice as per me, which I have given to the new members of the community, or to the ones who are gonna get introduced to the IT tech batch, I would say.
Wonderful, wonderful. So anyone new? Try to get your feet wet with technology. Just don't read tech. That's what Sunil says. And I completely agree with that. Getting and diving into tech is more important, no matter how much you read, how much you memorize, unless you write code, unless you try to push yourself to do something, create something, you'll never get a gist of it, right? That's what it
Yeah.
is. And
Exactly.
I completely agree. It's not just only one no-code platform out there. There are many. In fact, at Nutrient, we have our own workflow platform. I personally, whenever I come across a limitation in Power Platform, we usually
Mhm.
try to convince customer to go to our platform because there are limitations in Power Platform. We would not want to discuss it now during the podcast, but yes, having a wide knowledge about low-code platforms, workflow platforms is very important. I completely agree. And with that, I would say thank you, Sunil, for joining me for the podcast. I hope this was informative and you have learned something new. From Sunil Kumar, who is a power trainer. Once again, thank you, have a blessed day, and bye bye.